From the moment Micah Bell rides into Arthur Morgan's life, something feels off, and Arthur knows it long before anyone else admits it. Their relationship isn't built on brotherhood or shared belief the way Arthur's bond with Dutch or Hosea is. Instead, it's built on tension, suspicion, and a constant power struggle. Micah represents everything Arthur quietly fears the gang is becoming, and that's why their dynamic is so important to Red Dead Redemption 2's story. Arthur first meets Micah during the disastrous Blackwater aftermath, when the gang is already desperate and fractured. Micah is loud, reckless, cruel, and obsessed with violence for its own sake. Arthur, despite being an outlaw, still operates on a personal code. He believes in loyalty, protecting the gang, and only using violence when necessary. Micah mocks that restraint constantly. He calls Arthur soft, questions his loyalty, and tries to provoke him at every opportunity. This isn't accidental. Micah immediately sees Arthur as an obstacle between himself and Dutch. Throughout the early chapters, Micah repeatedly puts the gang at risk. In Strawberry, he turns a simple jailbreak into a full-scale massacre, killing lawmen and civilians alike. Arthur is visibly disturbed by this, and he openly criticizes Micah for it. What makes this moment important is that Dutch sides with Micah, brushing off Arthur's concerns. That's the first real crack in Arthur's trust, and Micah knows exactly what he's doing. Every reckless act is a test to see how far Dutch can be pushed, and every time Dutch defends Micah, Arthur loses ground. As the story progresses, Micah becomes more openly antagonistic toward Arthur. He constantly whispers in Dutch's ear, framing Arthur as disloyal, questioning his motives, and suggesting that anyone who doubts Dutch is a traitor. Arthur, meanwhile, grows more introspective, especially after his tuberculosis diagnosis. As Arthur starts to reflect on his life and the damage he's caused, Micah doubles down on chaos. Where Arthur seeks meaning and redemption, Micah seeks survival at any cost. One of the most telling differences between them is how they treat the gang. Arthur genuinely cares about the women, the younger members, and the people caught in the gang's wake. Micah treats everyone as disposable tools. He openly expresses racist and misogynistic views, belittles the gang members, and shows zero remorse for innocent deaths. Arthur sees this clearly, and by chapter 5 and 6, he's no longer hiding his hatred for Micah. Their conversations are openly hostile, filled with threats and barely restrained violence. By the time the gang returns from Guarma, Micah's influence is undeniable. Hosea is gone, the moral backbone of the group is shattered, and Dutch is paranoid and unstable. Micah thrives in this environment. Arthur repeatedly warns Dutch that Micah can't be trusted, pointing out his behavior and his convenient survival whenever things go wrong. Arthur is right, of course. Micah has been working as an informant for the Pinkertons, feeding them information to save himself. This betrayal is the ultimate confirmation of everything Arthur feared. The final confrontation between Arthur and Micah isn't just about betrayal. It's about two opposite philosophies colliding.